Welcome to your Astro Forecast for the week of February 26th. I'm Sarah Nicole. This is Twisted Goddess Tarot, and my mission is to help you navigate the cosmic energies with greater awareness. If you're watching this right now, you're probably watching the replay. If that's the case, leave a comment and say hi so I can come back and chat with you. If you're new here, we do this every Monday where I chat about what is happening in the skies to bring light to how the week's astrology may affect you. Now, of course, this is going to be on a collective level. How these astrological events affect you personally is going to depend on how it's interacting with your personal birth chart. That being said, the personal astrological New Year forecast is now available to purchase if you want to apply some of the major astrological events that are happening this year to your personal birth chart. So the link is in the video description if you want to check that out. So starting out this week, on Tuesday, February 27th, we are having Mars in Aquarius creating a challenging square aspect to Jupiter in Taurus. Now, while Mars in Aquarius has us all wanting to not play it safe by doing things differently, Jupiter in Taurus wants us to go slow and steady in our growth and kind of stick with the known. So this can be really a time of feeling more energized than usual, but it can also bring some impulsiveness. So be sure to pause before charging forward tomorrow. Tomorrow is also going to be a day where we're being reminded to not cling to something that isn't working. So kind of start in preparation for that. Start evaluating, where am I clinging to something, whether it be a belief, whether it be a behavior, where am I clinging to something that is not working anymore, but I'm still somehow clinging to it. I'm still somehow trying to push that square peg into that circle hole, right? So kind of do some evaluation there. Now on Wednesday, February 28th, we have really the big astrological event of the week happening, where we are getting Mercury Cazimi and Saturn Cazimi on the same date, a triple conjunction between the Sun, Saturn, and Mercury. So when a planet comes into conjunction with the Sun, it's known as a Cazimi, which is an Arabic term that means in the heart of the sun. So a Cazimi brings amplified energy to the planet that it's connecting with, to the planet that is in the heart of the sun. It is said to be a point of renewal, and it brings clarity. Think about the sun shining its light on that planet, really bringing clarity to the themes or the topics that that planet rules over. It brings the energy of the planet near the sun to center stage. So we're bringing amplified energy, renewal, and clarity to Mercury, which means the mind, and to Saturn, which is our responsibilities. So depending on you personally and on your chart, this day could bring some major inspiration and motivation to really reframe your mind and your goals, or it could feel really heavy. Okay, so I'm not going to lie to you. Some of you may, on Wednesday, when you get this triple conjunction, when we get this Saturn Cazimi, this Mercury Cazimi, it could feel like, here's this motivation that I needed. Here is this, inspiration that I needed to maybe tackle some goals or some responsibilities that I had in a new light, right? But it can also be really, really heavy. I'm not going to lie, because anytime Saturn is involved, there is a possibility of that energy being heavy, right? Because Saturn is the strict father of the zodiac. Saturn is what shows us our limitations, not to punish us, but to challenge us to overcome them and to learn what our strengths are and what our weaknesses are, right? It is also the Lord of Karma, which, kind of tells us whatever you're putting out in the world is what you're going to get back. And this is a Saturn ruled year, 2024. That's why I know a lot of people were talking about the 8 ruled year being an abundance year. While yes, 8 does represent abundance, it's also ruled by karma. It's also ruled by Saturn. It represents karma, right? So yes, it will be abundant if that's what we're putting out, right? So Saturn, this could be a possibly heavy energy. I'll tell you one group of people who may feel this day being a heavy energy rather than an inspirational energy. And that is if you have been knowingly avoiding responsibilities and karmic lessons, right? If you have been knowingly, even unknowingly, this could be a really heavy day and have you come face to face with that. This triple conjunction is happening at 9 degrees Pisces. The Sabian symbol for 9 degrees Pisces is an aviator in the clouds. So interestingly enough, even the Sabian symbol for the degree that this triple conjunction is happening in is showing that it could be beneficial or heavy. Right? Because it indicates an aviator in the clouds, right? That indicates an elevated view and transcendence at its best. But an aviator in the cloud also indicates escapism and not being grounded in reality at its worst. Okay? Hey Chelsea, hey Cindy. So that is our big Saturn Cazimi and Mercury Cazimi. Like I said, just know that if you have been avoiding things, it's a really good time. It's going to be a really good day to recommit, right? To recommit to your responsibilities, not just in the physical world, but also in the spiritual world, because Saturn is in Pisces right now, which is having us all reevaluate our recommitment to spiritual beliefs and to spiritual routines and to spiritual modalities. So if in the last year or so you've found yourself kind of reevaluating or recommitting to your spiritual beliefs or to your spiritual practices, that is Saturn in Pisces, right? But then on Leap Day, on Thursday, February 29th, we do have some really positive energy coming in. We have Mercury in Pisces creating a harmonious sextile aspect to Jupiter in Taurus, which offers us opportunities. So this is really leading to an energy where we can easily make decisions that move us forward towards growth and towards abundance. And then that luck is going to continue on Friday, March 1st, as the sun in Pisces creates that harmonious sextile aspect to Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance. So this is a really lucky day where you are going to want to say your affirmations. You're going to want to blow cinnamon in your doorway on this March 1st. If you forget it on other firsts of the months, don't forget it on March 1st, because we have that sun and Jupiter. Sun, our essence, our core, our being, our light, and Jupiter, growth, abundance, all things good, right? Jupiter is the great benefic. It brings good, coming together in a harmonious, opportunity creating aspect. So this is definitely a day you want to do all the magic, all the mojo, send out all the good vibes, right? Because your core essence, the sun, is harmonizing with the planet of growth and abundance, which is Jupiter. Lastly, on Sunday, the 3-3 portal, which we will talk about separately in a post on that day because it isn't quite astrological, it's numerological. We are going to be having the last quarter moon at 13 degrees Sagittarius. I know we are still feeling that full moon energy, right? Saturday was the full moon, so you're probably still feeling that full moon in Virgo energy, where it was a very healing full moon. Anytime the moon is in Virgo, it's very healing. It's looking at where we have grown and acknowledging how we have progressed, but also acknowledging where we still have work to do as well. And Saturn was heavy in a heavy player in that full moon as well. And so we're having Saturn being a player this week as well, a big player. So I know we're still really feeling that full moon energy. And so just remember, we're still really in that. We're coming off of that. It's starting to go into the waning phase, but we are going to talk about this last quarter moon. We're still a week away from it, right? This is going to be on Sunday, but that last quarter moon is at 13 degrees Sagittarius. The last quarter moon occurs when the sun creates a challenging square aspect to the waning moon while the energy of the moon is releasing. So this square aspect really pushes you to action. It creates sort of a tension or crisis mode, making the themes of the last quarter moon surround release, surrender, and letting go. The last quarter moon is when, astrologically speaking, it is aligned for you to do release work, right? So you can choose something to remove from your life that is no longer serving you. This could be a physical object. This could be a personality trait. This could be a relationship, a situation, a belief, anything. If you like to have a ritual attached to your release work, you can write it on a leaf or on a piece of paper and then release it into a burn bowl. Release it into fire, because the last quarter moon is our release work moon, right? I know a lot of times you hear about release on the full moon. I say do whatever works for you, but astrologically speaking, the full moon is the time for celebration, gratitude, and illumination, not release. The last quarter moon is a time for release, okay? So astrologically speaking. And so I always like to utilize the element that the last quarter moon is in. So I do like to do a burn ceremony when the last quarter moon is in a fire sign. So Sagittarius fire sign, right? Also, any crystals, water, or other spiritual tools that you charge under the last quarter moon will hold the energy of releasing, letting go, and banishing. So I know some of you like to charge your crystals under the full moon or make full moon water, and that's a beautiful practice. But just know that you don't have to limit yourself to just charging crystals under the full moon or making full moon water, right? If you need your crystals to hold or your water to hold the energy of power and success, full moon is where it's at, but we don't always need that, right? So I like to charge crystals that I use for release. Specifically, black kyanite is one that I really like to use for like cord cutting and release work. I like to charge that under the last quarter moon. And if you charge any water under the last quarter moon, that is going to be something you use in banishing and release work, okay? So that is our Astro Forecast for this week. If you have any questions, let me know, and this will be available for the replay if you missed the beginning. So much love.